There we have it. We're done. We're masters of React now. We can go off into the world and become the best React developer ever. Well, not really, right? We just spent a few hours right now just learning the basics of React. But there's a lot more to learn. What we've just done is just scratched the surface. What I want to do now is do something a little different. You see, right now, there's still a few things that we can learn. What we would do normally in a course is just go one by one and keep working on this app and touch on these small projects. However, that's not how real life works. What we want to do is actually start working on a real life project, a big e-commerce project. Start from scratch and implement the things that we've learned up until now, which are the React fundamentals, but also learn about some of the advanced topics. Because instead of just going through concepts, we want to mimic real life scenarios. That is, you get thrown into a project that maybe you don't know 100% how to build. And we're going to learn and encounter stumbling blocks along the way. And we're going to use React to learn new concepts, but also actually build a real life enterprise project. If you feel like you haven't mastered React, good. You definitely haven't, because this is just the beginning. This is when things get interesting. We're going to start building and we're going to start filling in the gaps that you may have now. But at the same time, we want to mimic this real life scenario where you're learning with a senior developer how to build a project, how to architect a project. But the key in this section is that we started to build our fundamentals when it comes to React concepts. These 4 fundamentals that by now we should have an understanding of. We learned about some of the key words so that when we mention it throughout the course, you wouldn't be confused. These are things that we should be comfortable with now. But more importantly, we developed the fundamentals so that moving forward, we can start thinking about these 3 things. And I want you to write this down and remember it because it's going to keep coming up throughout the course. This idea of deciding on components, deciding about the state and where it lives, what happens when state changes because of user action. These are all things that nobody's going to tell you. These are things that is dependent on each app that you build. What the senior developers have this ability to think for themselves, not just follow a tutorial, but actually implement these things based on the knowledge and experience that they've gathered. And because we have the basics now, we can gain that experience. Good job getting through this section. We have a lot more to cover, a lot more coding to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.